Energy is part of the significant contributor into the NDC as being committed by Indonesia in Paris Agreement. It is 38% in terms of the contribution to the total of the energy emission, to the total of the emission. So by Paris Agreement, 29% will be equivalent with the number of 314 million metric ton in terms of the reduction of CO2. And how far that energy sector has been achieved in terms of the emission reductions, I think I have been mentioned many times in terms of the number. Last year, we could reach 64 million metric ton. So actually we are, I think in energy sector, we are on the track to reach the Paris Agreement, and we will be much more optimistic with support from others, and in particular here from the UK government. So half of the target will be fulfilled by renewable energy, and the other will be from energy efficiency program. Status in terms of the greenhouse gas emission coming from the energy sector is not as high as we have projected earlier. Currently, from energy sector, it's less than 600 million metric ton. This is less than half in terms of the business as usual in 2030. So I think we are very optimistic to reach the target of Paris Agreement by those calculations.
This transition and move away from coal and other fossil fuels powering our economies as quickly as we can. And indeed, it's been estimated that we need to do so approximately 5 times faster as a global community than we're doing so at present.
Moving towards the net zero global ambition, lowering carbon emission, maximizing the potential energy resources in Indonesia. How do you see the development of renewable energy in Indonesia?
As you may know, based on our national energy policy, Indonesia has set target to scale up renewable electricity generation by increasing the share of renewable energy up to 23% by 2025. In order to reduce 29% of the country's greenhouse gas emission by 2030. But unfortunately, Indonesia is not on the right track to achieve 23% target. As of April this year data, Directorate General Electricity reported that Indonesia currently has over 72.89 gigawatt of electricity generation capacity, which is fossil fuels generate electricity around 62.35 gigawatt. So it's more than 50% of the electricity generation come from fossil fuels, while renewable only contribute around 10.49 gigawatt, or only about 15% of the total installed capacity in Indonesia. Even though Indonesia has abundant renewable energy potential such as solar and wind energy, but Indonesia need more strategy to achieve our target. And then from political perspective, political elite in Indonesia still argue that coal is the cheapest sources for electricity generation in Indonesia. So it is become challenging for renewable energy entering to Indonesian electricity.
I think the challenge is very cross-sectoral. So we have limited resources in terms of expert, in terms of technology development. And beside that, the policy also in such a way designed for centralized energy system, which counted for coal, oil, and gas. So obviously it's not supporting the development of renewable energy. So yeah, you can imagine like the unfitted regulation will not absolutely getting advantage for renewable energy development. Indonesia has set a lot of agenda in right direction. I could see that, and I appreciate that a lot. With various initiatives such as coal phase out, carbon tax that just developed, or the draft by the Ministry of Finance, which still remain challenging actually and remain controversial. We don't know how it's going to be implemented, since a lot of conflict of interest will happen there. But prior to that, energy transition thinking framework also need, meaning concretely implement toward cleaner resources.
If you look further into the majority of the energy mix, right now, according to ADB report in 2020, new and renewable energy portion is still 9.2% out of 100. Our main energy market is still dominated by oil and coal and gas. For urban areas, we know that many houses or many industries right now have installed the solar installation, but maybe it's just a little portion of the larger population. Vietnam is really interesting as well to increase their renewable energy industries, because right now I've read in some articles that their regulatory is really supportive. Therefore, they can increase their renewable energy installation and infrastructures. Hence, the carbon emissions could be reduced. And I hope that Indonesia could do the same.
It's a multi-level governance that makes it challenging for Indonesia to move toward renewable energy, because it needs more centralized decisions from the political sector to make this renewable energy happen and progressing. What I learned in the UK in the mining sector, for example, they still doing mining, but they changed the system to become more sustainable in the mining.